All right, I like the thumbs up. All right, this is the Richland County Ad Hoc EMS District Formation Committee for the 19th of August at 2 p.m. And if we could do a roll call, please.
Schoonover. Present. Kramer. Here. See? Here. Frank.
Here.
Spears.
Present.
Quarters.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Verification of open meeting law compliance. Are we good with all that?
It was properly noticed, sir.
Excellent. Thank you. Approval of the agenda. We have a 12-point agenda. Looking for a motion to approve such agenda. Motion by Schoonover, second by Kramer. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Excellent. Moving on. Item number 6. Discussion and possible action, township resolution template. So what I have here, I'm going to hand that out right now.
Stretch.
Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah.
I don't think I need that. I'll hand this out anyway, and then I'll come back to that. Yeah, let's take a look at the minutes from the last meeting. I know where I want to go with this. Come on. Well, slow me down. Speed read.
Done that.
I think I actually checked it off the box here. Yeah. All right. Approval of the minutes from the August 5th, 2026 meeting. Any question? Looking for a motion to approve those minutes? Motion by Kramer, second by Schoonover. Any further discussion on item number 5? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I had good. How about number 6 now? Let's try. All right. Discussion and possible action, township resolution template. So the document that you have in front of you comes out of the Richland or Wisconsin Regional EMS District Planning Manual. It's actually a manual that the Wisconsin Regional EMS has put together. I wanted to share this with the committee for your input, ideas, changes. They can do whatever they want if they want to, townships and municipalities. But this was kind of a guideline of if we're going to help them, let's give them a resource. They can do with it as they want. So initially, the idea at this point is to have you look it over, thoughts, ideas, discussions, anything you'd like to see added, changed, and once again, they can change whatever they want in it, but we should give them something to start with. Yes.
Would we be able to provide a link to the Wisconsin Regional EMS District Plan Manual
Sure.
so that if they had wanted to look at other reference materials or resources, would be able to? And is this what we're asking for them to return back to us, or?
Yes, or some form thereof, indicating that they are interested in being part of a district. Well, hello, come on. You're not. Thanks for making it. Yes. So as we're in the middle, so just your thoughts on this, any other ideas on it? Doesn't have to be done right now, but I mean, document is there. Just to kind of review it. Other thoughts, other ideas? If not, we'll move on, and I guess we can. Well, I guess I'm thinking at the next meeting is when we'd want to be able to get this out to townships that are interested. Well, we can actually hand this out at the next, at the first township meeting, which is the 29th, no, 25th. So yeah, I guess if someone would want to make a motion that we use this as a starting template to hand out, that would be up to this committee.
Okay, now let me ask you, September 25th is,
Here.
okay,
August
August.
25th.
August 25th and September 3rd are both here. They're with the meeting with the municipalities,
What time on the 25th?
6 p.m.
Okay. It's all day.
Make the big bucks.
Hold them.
Gotta be in Platteville at 9 o'clock.
Ooh.
That's right. It is
This
time.
is meeting with the municipalities.
Yes. On the 25th at the courthouse.
September 29th is the big, right?
Town.
Yes,
Yes.
Town Hall at the American Legion.
Just so I have the room.
That'd be helpful.
Yeah.
So I think, we can distribute this.
Mhm.
But I think it would also be helpful to email it to them in a Word format so they could just put out
Okay.
to everyone, just in case it doesn't make it back to the township.
And I guess I would suggest that happens
Yeah.
after the first meeting, so they know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think so too. To
A
explain.
packet of information that will go out after the meeting. Is that reasonable?
Should be this township.
All right, so we have a motion from Welty, second by Kramer. Further discussion on distributing this? All in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? All right, we'll distribute this after the first township meeting on August 25th. Item number 7 then, discussion and possible action, frequently asked questions. So one of the things we discussed at the last meeting was having a list of frequently asked questions, things to, I'm sorry. Would you kindly introduce yourself? I'm trying to catch through I was getting ahead of myself. Please go ahead.
Brian Heiss, the service director.
You've been with us how long now?
A week and yeah.
Okay, I was saying.
The 10th was my first day.
All right.
I did it vacation.
All right. Thank you for joining us today. Your input's important as we move forward with this process. Okay, thank you. Okay, back to item number 7, discussion, possible action, frequently asked questions. So I came up with some questions that I've heard people ask, and they're in your packet. I did receive an email from Supervisor Welty with a couple of more suggestions. One of the suggestions is, why is Richland County ending Richland EMS service on 12/31 of 2028? Richland EMS ends sooner than 12/31/2028. What will happen to Richland EMS employees, equipment, or ambulance building? Will a third-party professional ambulance service place Richland EMS? Will a third party mean the ambulance will travel from a distant town like La Crosse or Madison, where 911 is called? How will the volunteer ambulance service providers existing in Richland County be impacted? How many municipalities need to join together to form an ambulance district? And is a referendum required to form an ambulance district? So those are additional questions that are not in the packet that Supervisor Welty sent with some responses.
I can't.
Oh, no, okay.
I'll work on changing money.
Okay, so that my hope for today is that we look these over, we add if we want to add any. We correct any answers that we feel need updating or correction. And I would like to get this posted then wherever you feel best location to be posted. So I think this is kind of our vision of how to answer people, how to get information out to people, and that we're consistent. So,
Do you think maybe we should hand out that document along with this when we hand everything out?
certainly good,
Might save a lot of
certainly good.
questions and answers later.
So how does the committee want to go through it? Do we want to go through them, read through one by one and come up with, make sure we're in good shape? Okay, number one, what are county and municipal levy limits? Levy limits provided the maximum amount for a town, village, city, and county they implement as their property tax levy on the parcels within their boundaries. Sense? Good with that? All right, item number two. Does the county have the authority to exceed the levy limit? Yes, there's the statute allows the county to levy outside the levy limit for a countywide emergency medical system. Okay? Going until someone's hollers at me.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Says the county will the district have that same authority to go outside the levy limit?
So we should add that in as a question.
Yes.
Did we have that in there?
Yes, number 11.
Yeah.
It's
so-
coming up. Okay, thank you.
All right. Number three, what is a countywide emergency medical system? Now, not specifically defined, but it must encompass the entire county. There does not have to be one provider, and the same service is provided across the county.
So question with like the
Sure.
same service provided, because you have different levels of service that's offered. Like, like the kickapoo we run at an advanced level, do I need some fluids and some medications? And some services cannot do that. They may ask on, if anybody's got the questions on like this, clarify like the same service.
So are we talking, I think what I'm hearing is two different things. I'm hearing there does not have to be one provider and the same service is provided across the county. What I'm hearing, the same service is that a service is provided, not a level of service.
Okay.
That's how
I
the
think-
EMS world looks.
I-
Yeah, right. I
I
think
mean,
there's,
because if people have gone or had it, it may be something that pops up when they ask.
yeah, that's a very good question because now I see what you're saying because you call service a level.
Yeah.
We call service a
Response.
response or a group.
Can we strike the word same? Just say the service? Or is
That
that?
a service is provided,
There you go.
And say what?
say that there's a service provided.
A service.
Service are the same.
Part of what I was trying to get at with this is that I can't give to Viola one thing and then give to Kaz another. Like it needs to be that we're giving everybody funding to meet their needs or everybody's getting training. So that's what I was trying to say in there is that I can't pick and choose who I'm going to give what to.
And so maybe if you said a service is provided throughout the county. I don't know if that's big enough, less specific enough.
So Trish is making the changes in her document. She can't make it live up on the screen right now, so. Going through that discussion.
I have to allow my computers to allow for screen share.
Okay. I can stop sharing. And see
And
if that,
try it.
if that. Joined and then.
Here we are.
Cool, excellent.
Sorry, I just needed to make this full screen.
We just need to communicate that.
Sorry.
No, I was awesome.
Sorry.
All right, so we're at, three, what are you?
Second half.
Yeah. starts with the letter A.
Countywide emergency medical system does not mean there is one provider across the entire county. County should collect the. Is that more what you wanted?
I think instead of the word one in that, say this, there is a single provider,
In the first one or the second one?
the second. It's not, maybe we say does not require a single provider,
Separates it from the service level question. Okay.
That would-
does not require there to be a for the count, for the entire count.
I wonder if we should say for it to be countywide, the county could collect the funds and then distribute to all municipalities and then redistribute.
Say it again.
I have a question about that process. So the county would collect, the county would distribute all of it back to the municipalities, and then the municipalities would provide money back to the county, or the county only sends to the municipalities the money that should stay with the municipalities.
Yes. Second.
I think whatever stays with the county stays with the county. So we don't give to Richland Center and then ask them to pay us back.
Yeah,
But we would give to like Cats and then they pay their service.
right.
But I think what you're asking is if the county,
I'd adjust this response then. Because it's saying the county collects and distributes it to all the municipalities. It would be to distribute funds to the. It's the all part.
Cause that's just going to municipalities, not in, say, like the county or the like, under our service.
right,
Like if they have a large,
They take out
Take
the
it
word
with
down.
they would get there to
Municipality.
distribute to their local service.
right, to cover those.
And Trish, am I right in saying we're bypassing the townships then?
No, we pay like Forest, Bloom, Viola
And then it's their responsibility
to
to pay.
pay their service. Yeah.
Didn't we say something sometime ago that the money that is elected, given to, like Western, that they use it for their EMS
Has to
only?
be, yes,
Has to.
it has to be.
Maybe we could say that.
Yeah, they,
One of the things I struggle in writing things for this is when do you call it emergency medical services? When do you call it ambulance service? And to be consistent.
The area you're in, they're so intertwined. I mean, actually, emergency medical services, the EMR non-transporting services fall under that blanket. If you're like using that verbiage, then the ambulance services are usually a transporting. Is it, if the that has first responders, they go, they respond to scene, they can take vitals and do a lot of stuff, and they have equipment that they have to purchase, but they're not a transporting. So they fall under the emergency medical services.
I believe
Like
it was
it-
the same way.
So my concern is, are we writing this for the lay person or the expert in the area? And want to be accurate, but I don't know that we want to be super technical. You know what I
We
mean?
don't do.
But we. Unfortunately, part of the technical is clarity.
All right, we can go through this and maybe we need to be more technical in some areas then. Some of the ones that I suggested.
All right, are we good with 3? Is that 3? All right. Moving on to 4. Does this mean I'm going to be taxed twice for EMS services? No, town, city, villages will no longer have to include the cost of EMS services in their budget, as the county will be taxing for the amount. This will allow the municipality to use the funds in another way.
So when we say EMS services, are we saying emergency medical services?
Yeah,
Yeah. Twice for
I
EMS.
do that a
Yeah.
lot because EMS and then services just sounds weird. to
It
me.
does, yeah, it's
But
like
you're absolutely
ambulance,
right.
yeah.
Yes.
It's like ambulance service. Good call. All right,
Everybody clear on that?
I would take out the word I. Does this mean municipalities or taxpayers or residents or something like that instead of I?
Okay.
Little confused.
No, the last, this will allow the municipality to use the funds in another way.
So what I was meaning by that, so for Buena Vista, they budget 16,000 in their operating budget for EMS. That now money can be used for roads, it can be used for
They're,
whatever their
Their
expenses.
discretion on
Yes.
if they want to do that.
And I don't know if that needs to be,
I would take it off. I take this off.
yeah, because we just got to saying that the funds come back from county as to EMS.
But the amount within their levy limit can be allocated.
Yeah, and they'll,
But
well, if you're gonna put, yeah, that's, you almost have to put it that way.
I think, I don't know that we
Can
want to
figure that
direct
out.
them to do that. They can figure that out.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to levy that much. They don't want to use it for anything. Good with 4? 5, why is new property tax levy being imposed on the county property?
Let's describe new.
additional.
Why is why is the count?
And maybe the question isn't even a good question, so whatever, I mean, this is all our discussion to. Why is the county, but
could it just be, why is the county levying outside of the levy limit for emergency for EMS? But I don't know if people understand that means it's an ad tax.
Well, with.
I think number 6 answers it. I think the answer to number 6 is what is included. What is included in EMS tax?
so do we combine 5 and 6 and say, you know, yeah, why is the county leveling or levying outside and what's the levy cover? Like that?
Because I think that is one question, is the why.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the what, but the why.
Well, I think the why for one is more transparent. There's more transparency. You can actually see the breakdown this way.
In 6.
Part of the why is there is more transparency in this way, and the other is the rising costs of emergency medical services.
Okay.
Created challenges
And we can no
for
longer
municipalities.
work on a volunteer EMS group.
Like that. Just make it plain and simple.
Just like that?
Yep, the rising cost of emergency medical services created challenges, or we could put all municipalities.
There may be some that argue that they're not.
Yeah, well, they're all challenged, trust me.
In one way or another.
We just leave it for municipalities. I mean, if you want to make it simple and to the point.
Good with 5? All right, 6, what's included in the new EMS tax? Do we want to call it an EMS tax? Want to call it EMS levy?
I'd call it levy.
Okay.
And in the A response, I think explaining EMS services, we've got services twice, but what do we think?
Do we want to refer back to the previous question that talks about that? Just cover that in. Oh.
Say funding for local,
EMS, we could just say
EMS providers. Good.
I have a question
I
about.
got data that goes.
What is that?
So I've got data basically, because like the decline in volunteering raises the need and service, the need for services. There's data out there showing the numbers or the amount of members in the volunteer services, the percentage of them taking like most of the calls. You might have 20 people, but 5 are doing all the work.
If we had some municipalities send notice that they declined participating, yeah. So when we say all, we have all in that response.
Well, they'll be getting, all of them will be getting. Which response? 5 or 6?
Let's look at 4.
Question 4.
but why would they decline? I mean, when it comes right down to it, they decline, we're still taxing, doesn't change it.
And we're still gonna write them a check.
Right.
Right.
They can decline all they want, so money.
And then I suppose they can just return the check to us and say, we're not going to take it. It's not logical.
Right.
Okay, all right.
Good. All right, moving on to 6. Any questions on 6, the funding, third of the radio tower maintenance, not debt service, and third of the 911 telecommunicator salary equipment program? On that. On to 7.
Do we need to explain what a telecommunicator is? Talked
Should
about
we
it in a
say-
dispatcher before.
Say 911 dispatcher?
So I'm going to really encourage you to leave the word telecommunicator. That is the state phrase. If you want to put / dispatcher, that's fine. But a dispatcher anymore is someone who calls out the trucks and says they're dispatching trucks and services. They're not handling emergency calls and EMS services. They're not doing 911 or emergency calls over the phone. Yeah, they're not doing EMD over the phone. So telecommunicator is the word that identifies that career. Whereas dispatcher tends to be the one that's dispatching the moving truck. And
Yeah.
But like in parentheses though, dispatch.
Yes,
We've got a
that's
lot of elderly
Yeah.
people that have,
Yeah, that-
they're used to dispatch.
yes. How about 911? Well, yeah, 911 dispatcher. Okay.
There.
Good. All right, what are the costs for each section of the levy? And how is it calculated? Approximately 1.149 million. This covers the amount of municipalities must pay to have EMS in the municipality for the residents.
Are these amounts set already, or will they be determined with budget? So I think I would suggest that we're cautious about providing specific dollar amounts when it's not determined yet.
Do we put on there yet to be determined? But do we know B and C? Do we know the tower and do we know the 911?
Yeah.
Are those pretty well set?
I would say these are pretty darn close.
So I have a question then about A, if a decision is made to not purchase ambulances,
That would,
then it would affect that amount, correct?
Correct.
That's where I think some caution should be used because that amount could change.
So do we put, do we either put based on current numbers or do we put on to be determined by budget?
I like it to be determined by budget.
Why not, is that?
that's fine.
I think we could say that,
Go ahead.
talk about the budgetary process for 2027 and it's not been finalized yet.
Right, do we still want to leave the breakdown of what's
Yes.
there to be
Yes.
determined by budget? Can we do that? Leave the numbers that you had. But then say that they may change, being determined by budget,
I just think we using that 1 point.
Subject to
1.5.
27 budget.
There you go.
subject to budget.
I like that.
And maybe we could even say better numbers will be provided closer to the end of September.
When we use real specific dollars, it implies that it's already been calculated and that's the number. You could say it's approximately 400,000, approximately 80,000.
she's got that.
So you're just saying, just go to some round number.
1.2.
I see what you're
But
saying.
but the actual amounts are yet to be determined.
Right, all right.
And it can be, like this one can, A is dependent upon the numbers that are submitted by municipalities and what equipment that is included, there's just factors that can really drive that.
400,000 for the third or something. Okay.
But for A, I would be even more in the explanation. I would suggest that we say this amount is subject to change depending upon equipment, equipment and other expenses that will be included in the 2027 budget.
We want to go into the whole equipment thing or this amount is subject to change
The equipment's
based on the
really a hot
2027
issue.
budget
Equipment's really a hot issue.
because it's a hot issue you want to mention.
So if the equipment is a hot issue, do we take out the equipment? And then say this may increase if equipment is needed to be purchased.
I think it would be helpful to take out the approximately 1.1 million. It's being calculated. It's not determined yet.
I think we're going to get that question. I want to make sure how we're going to answer that question.
I mean, there's two camps. There's the camp that says, yeah, we have aging equipment, it needs to be replaced. You have the other camp that says we shouldn't be buying anything.
Right.
So it'll swing it considerably depending on where that lands in the middle.
So then I wonder if we put in there, we take out the 1.1, I think, I can't remember if we budgeted 600 for ambulances, we take 1.1 minus 600. Just put that in there and then say this number is subject to change pending the equipment needs to be purchased. Or pending possible, if equipment is needed to be purchased.
Equipment's included in 2027. What do you think about that, Gary?
Do we put in a number if it's going to go up? We put in a low number if it's going to be a higher number. I'm always scared about putting in a low number and then it comes up higher.
I think you could say this number will increase.
Take out the numbers altogether. This number.
We're going to want to know what, where they're coming, where things are at. As a budget person, I kind of want to know at least an idea.
Where I'm gonna pay.
They might ask, they might not like the equipment, but it might not hurt for them to know the age of the equipment.
Right. All right, Craig, what do you think? Do we give them a low number or do we give them a high number? I lean on the 1.1 million staying there. Because it's easier for me to come down a number than it is to go up.
I would stay with the one, my opinion, I would stay with the 1.1 million because, you know, that way maybe budget for that each person. And then if it goes lower, it's like, ooh.
Well, yeah, put in the 1.1 and then instead of, when it says this number may increase or decrease. Based on the 2027 budget.
Change this one to 100 because we kind of talked about between the two, it was going to be a million.
Sure. This number may,
On C on B and C, Trish, you need to, they want to know approximately 100,000 for what?
Okay.
oh yeah, for radio.
Well, and I tried to match it up with up above.
They're gonna say, I'll, for that multiple choice question, I'll take B.
Yeah. That's true, yeah. We'll get the papers back with B circled by everybody. What do you think on 7? Eight. How are the funds shared with townships, villages, and city? Once the county collects the funds through property taxes, municipalities will provide the funds so they can pay their obligation to local services.
Municipalities for, well, but we're a municipality. Goes back to that question you brought up. We're not really going to give City of Richland Center money, so.
Yeah, because we're paying for service there, but yeah. Collects the funds through property taxes.
Participating municipalities will be provided with support to be non-participating municipalities will be provided to funds.
It's like county with a capital C.
You can go back to, it's like, Now, is the county always gonna have to pay for Richland Center, Richland Townships, EMS? Or are we gonna be back away at the end of 2028?
I think the vision of this group is to get that district started, and then that'll be up. That's the purpose that we have this ad hoc committee, is to get them together to start forming that district.
I think you could start out by saying until a district is in place, this is how it would work. So district is formed, subject to change based on district operates.
Or just put it at the end, municipalities receiving services through Richland EMS will have their obligation covered by the county until December 31st, 2020.
Or a district, you know.
Will we stop everybody else too?
I'm sorry,
Will we stop covering everybody else too at that time?
I think that's what our resolution stated along during the county board or whatever.
I don't think our resolution ever put an end on it, so it will be board action that will put an end on it. Or change it or
Right.
whatever,
We put an end to the EMS, to paying for the EMS service, Richland County EMS,
to running.
to running it. Correct, yes, thank you for running it. But not the levy.
Then you can always come back later if we send that tax.
Oh, yeah, right,
And I would be in favor of doing that if they go to third parties.
right.
You could say
Well, it's if they go
that'll
to a district.
continue until changes, until the county resolution changes the process or something. You know what I'm saying? It'll continue until it's changed.
Till we
Yeah, that's true, because who knows how it's gonna change.
Until change. Bye. I still think though, that it's like pick on Richland Township, Richland Center, but you know, they can sit back and say, okay, well, the county's gonna do this, pay for this. They may never step up and take care of it.
But then that's what we're here to find out. That's what we're here to get these referendum or get the resolutions out, see who's on the board, see what the plan, see what the view is, and that's our, we don't know until we know. How are the funds shared with townships, villages, and the city, or, I'm sorry, yeah,
Sorry.
no, you did. We did that. Are we good with 8? Going on to 9? So you scroll up and I have to wait a second. Because I can't so on the screen. Where can I find how much each township is being levied? 2026 County Board packet has proposed estimates under item number 18.
And I think say these items, amounts will change for the
Yeah,
budget.
just like we did before. Any other question?
Should say budgets because some of the town's budgets will be different too. Service budgets will be different.
Okay, good with that? Number 10, what constitutes a district? Emergency medical service, EMS district is formalized cooperative governmental and or inter-municipal organization created by municipal, local towns, villages, or cities to jointly fund, manage, and provide 24/7 pre-hospital ambulance.
But isn't there a piece about that it can be formed by X number of municipalities?
Yeah, so many square miles and so many organizations. I think that is, remember offhand?
I know there's districts and then they have what they consider the regions.
Okay,
Like if in the state size, when I was looking at when it's like a region, that opens up, it's like, I forget the numbers, but it's based off of population. And that opens up different things that get you into tax levy.
And I think in areas of low population, it's also it's like 6 or 8 or 230 or something like that. For sure.
Yeah, I thought you had said, mentioned something. Okay. Do we want to clarification on that?
I think some of those other things, like the region goes towards funding, but this is, I think, and you guys can correct me, I think this is what a district is, just a generic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
So
think
that-
we want to
yeah.
be a little careful that we don't get too much into the district because we're not the district.
Yeah, it's true.
Just be careful.
Okay. Good with 10?
I just think they're gonna ask us, so how much,
About what,
what's necessary in order to district.
so that's really a separate question. What is necessary to create a district? Yeah,
Are we creating this for the district or are we creating this for the?
And I think we're also creating it for supervisors.
okay. So when you say what is necessary for a district, are you saying, are you asking the question, how many people, how many square miles? Or are you looking at the 42-page process?
I've heard people have asked, how many municipalities need to join together in order to form a district? The answer that I've heard is it's X number of municipalities for so many square miles.
Okay.
But
I thought that was more of that newest law that was passed. Of, if,
and it could be, because I'm sure not an expert.
yeah, included additional funding options for the district.
I know. I will look into that. And if we have a square miles reference or something, then we can.
So there's more specifics to that, and then a whole process that needs to be followed. Just say something like that, allude to a whole process. A whole legal process.
Okay, is that, are we good with that then? Moving on to 11. Can EMS districts levy outside of the levy limit for EMS services within their own district? Answer, yes, districts can levy outside the levy limit for up to CPI and 2%. CPI plus 2%? Let's do plus on there instead of and.
That's the thing from Ashley, maybe that answers. Sure, this question.
And then we also have EMS services listed there too.
Funded EMS.
But here it says 2 or more for a joint EMS. Yeah, but then here's that original.
Yeah. So let's use that. Item number 12, can districts be both fire and EMS?
Based on what she has here, I don't think we want to explain that because it's complicated. But it's about
Have that, pass it around if they want to see it.
It's like reading these tables.
like, it depends on what
Okay.
kind of a district you want to,
This is in the past.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
That's in the pack, that's in the letter. Okay, all right.
in our packet. But I think it depends on the type of district.
Yes.
you wanna-
So can districts be both fire and EMS? Answer is yes. Anything that you want to add to that?
I've been in contact with 2 different people in the fire district. Very, very short conversation. And they both encourage, they had encouraging news on that they would take us
Okay.
on, but it wouldn't be completely separate
Okay, but a shared
building,
building or something.
something like that.
Again,
But now that's just very, very, very first talk.
Instead of saying both, do we want to say joint?
Fair. All right. Item number 13, what is the state statute that instructs townships to be responsible for EMS services? There's a Wisconsin statute. Spelled out. Questions on 13?
It says contact okay, contact.
Contract.
Good call.
Thank you, Shirley.
And there's question number 14, we discussed that already. All on, so let it continue until the resolution. Okay. So all of them? All right, so.
Just got one question.
And then the next is minutes.
On this, if you were, does it say one of the reasons we are forming this district is so we can apply for grant money that the county was unable to?
But that's not us. That would be the district that they could.
Yes, that's what.
So do you want to ask the question, are there other funds available when a district is created?
Yeah.
That's the
Are we
question?
talking about innovation grant?
Yeah.
it's limited. It's what, 2 years left on that now?
Four.
Four, there's still four.
Yeah, still four. Do we want just to ask a question? If a district is created, are there grant funds available? And we just say, yes, the innovation grant fund
Sure.
would be available?
And maybe have something in it that says.
Maybe available.
Right.
See, I'd better see the EMS service.
It's all- It makes sense though. It's-
Created. District is created. Back up, Trish.
One sec.
Go back.
She's doing a copy paste there. You're
Sorry.
right. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what number 9?
11.
11
See
created.
where that says create, it should be created.
Maybe innovation funds available. This district is created.
Thank you.
You should know if I was spelling this, I'd be on number 2 yet.
T-O-O or?
Yeah.
So I drafted a few additional questions and we might discard these. I don't know if they're helpful, but question about why is Richland County ending? Richland EMS on 12/31/20. State statute requires municipalities to provide ambulance services and counties may provide ambulance services, but are not required to do so. This change will place the responsibilities and decisions for future ambulance services. Leaders of towns are required to provide.
I like that.
Okay, one? Okay.
Applying or pushing the decision to those that are required to provide services.
It's good that it's out there that this is our date.
Okay. So Richland EMS and sooner than 12/31/28. Towns we form an ambulance district or join an existing district prior to 12/31/28. Town served by Richland Ambulance Service are ready for transition to new provider prior to 12/31/28. Transition to services.
So municipalities instead of towns?
Place.
EMS district instead of ambulance district, sure.
Should we say are ready to transition to a new provider or take over the existing service?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I guess my first thought was new provider, it would be new to them regardless, yeah, so yeah. See how that would decide. Last sentence, transition to new services could possibly need that sentence then.
To
Take over service or transition. I just period after 28.
this. Take the responsibility sooner.
Oh, okay. Will or could? I don't know.
Good.
Will would
Make
be
it good.
great.
Yeah, good. Then, of course, they'll complain about that. We mean could, said,
Well, sooner though, we could do it sooner.
be nice.
Right. What will happen to Richland EMS employees, equipment, or ambulance? Decisions regarding Richland EMS employees, equipment, or building have been made.
Should we put in here though that we are, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Wouldn't we just hand everything over to them if they create a district and take over the service?
I don't think we know that.
Yeah. Because we don't know how many people are interested or what they're interested in yet.
We'll be open to having a discussion.
Right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we
yeah,
should-
there we go.
We're open to discussions. We're open to the county is willing to discuss this further. Show the county, where county we can, let's.
I'd have to Google the rules around county so I can do that.
Yeah, I think here, but, okay. Will a third-party professional ambulance service replace Richland EMS? Provider of ambulance services will be determined by the municipalities,
And
not the county.
to be determined by the district.
If they form a district, join a district, whatever they might do,
Yeah.
it's decided by them. The provider of ambulance services will be determined by the municipalities. They may choose to form a district. So if an ambulance district is formed, this decision will be made by the municipality.
Oh, I see.
Choosing to be a member of the newly formed ambulance district.
Can I take out the word professional because I worry that somebody's gonna think that ours isn't our service. I mean,
Sure, you can take that.
How about EMS instead of ambulance?
Yeah.
By a third, by a.
Provider.
We want to put EMS instead of ambulance service. The answer. Provider of EMS.
Okay, we go with 4. 5, will a third party mean the ambulance will travel from a distant town like across Madison?
Determine the contract that the district signs.
Responsible location of ambulances and EMT type staff being determined by the ambulance district members.
EMS again?
We just say EMS district.
Yeah.
Well, if they go to third party though, that's gonna come up to, that third parties to find the spot. How's that?
Right.
What if district runs it, then they gotta have buildings? That third party person, like, district wouldn't be saying, hey, this is your building. Staying here, the third party, that's their responsibility to find out where they're gonna have their building.
But it could be a contractual. item. Put that in the contract.
Right, they'll blow smoke too, that contract.
So you suggest we change this answer then? Or to what?
I would say that, be up to that third party provider.
Yeah.
Location, that would be up to us.
I think if we take district out, because the third party provider is talking about like one of the others that are coming from out of town. I think the district is staying more local.
Well, a district could hire a third party.
Yes.
Is what my thinking was, and that those types of decisions would be between the district and their provider. And
Just
maybe
put
we
in-
say, and their provider.
And their provider.
Say between.
Between.
That, why there's a.
Voluntary ambulance service providers exist in Richland County be impacted by this change. Ambulance districts providing services within Richland County may have their financial needs met by the county-wide levy. Additionally, inter-ambulance district negotiations and agreements could occur which may possibly impact existing districts. Meaning they could join up, other districts could join together. But I used a lot of words. It's an easier way to say that.
It might be as simple as saying there will be no changes to any of the local services.
I don't know that that's true though.
Some of them all have service though. Regardless.
So what do you foresee that's gonna change? Like, let's talk CAS. So what's going to change for them?
So what I was trying to say here, that things will change and that the financial responsibility will come through this levy. That's one. The other is districts might decide to operate differently based on communications that are taking place, may or may not. They might come up with new agreements, ways of doing things, like somebody might join up with Blue River, or they might decide to do something different. We don't know. We weren't dictating to them how they would go about this, but they might explore other ways of doing providing ambulance service.
So are you saying that So would a response be, that's up to the districts that currently serve the county? Or up to?
Could be, I'm thinking more along the lines, these conversations might spark creativity and that there might be ways providing service.
Opportunity.
Oh, there you go.
Services. Services.
Upgrade. The way the service runs may not change, however, discussions may spur new opportunities, ideas for new opportunities. Spur new ways of doing things. Instead of saying may not change, say may remain the same. Remain the same.
I worry this is us in their services. We're providing them this opportunity that they would have never had. I don't want to be offensive to the services because I think
Yeah.
local services are so prideful. And I don't want them to think that we're trying to direct them in a different.
So do we take out the very last sentence, the last from the ambulance all the way in and just leave the way the service, again?
Way the service runs may remain the same, period.
Yeah, because they could be having discussions all the time about modifying the way they're handled. And may not.
I would say strike from the ambulance district providing blah, blah, all the way to the end, just some way. I would take that whole thing out. And
Maybe we just say may spur ideas. And. just leave
yeah,
it
there you
at
go,
that.
ideas, instead of telling them new ways. Yeah.
May remain the same, but discussions may spur ideas.
Good. So. How many municipalities need to join together to form an ambulance district?
That was the question.
There it is.
It's a referendum required.
I don't think a referendum is required.
See, you're required to provide something some way, somehow. It's like, the way it should be is basically contracting for service. I don't know when people are contracted with a provider, they just, they're.
I've heard these two last questions come up numerous times.
Now, referendum's not required. It's district.
qualified district regional, if this sheet is,
You can't have referendum that's advisory. That's right.
Yes, no question.
I think if you do that qualified district every 5 years, to levy that way, every 5 years, they have to go to the taxpayers. The taxpayers have to say, yeah, you know, it's- and levy outside the
oh,
levy.
just a levy,
Because I think,
but not creation.
correct. And I think the city might be in a position that they have to go to referendum.
We can take his questions off if we don't feel we want any. Well, they're gonna ask, I like how many municipalities need to join together to form an EMS district?
It's as simple as 2. If
Really?
you're gonna do a regular EMS district, but if you wanna do qualified district, a regional, then it's that. And up to 8 size, that kind of stuff.
Is there benefits to going with the regional?
I think the one benefit is your dollar amount that you spend on EMS gets reset.
Of course,
Or if you
have
do-
more people.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I think there's the higher governments, there's more opportunities for the region.
So what prevents a group that starts out as a joint EMS district that then chooses later to go to a qualified? Start here and they choose to step it up.
This was yearly. They have to do a resolution yearly for a regular district. This one you can go through 5.
We could reword this questions to say, where can I go to learn?
Put the link on.
Provide a-
It's a resolution by each organization. That's not a referendum. It's a resolution by their committees. How many municipalities needed to join? That depends on the type of district formed. See document. Ta-da.
That came from Ashley.
It's like I don't know.
Right, we need to,
But she says where her source was,
Right.
bottom there.
I don't know if it says for discussion purposes only. I don't know if she wants us to share.
well, we find the location, we can create one.
Right.
Great one. How do we answer this or do we not answer this right now?
I think we could refer them to a place to go for contact.
And when Dana. Say his name wrong. Settler? Would he know where that answer is? I would ask him.
So between now and when we have our next, we have
I
our,
think that word travels.
we have the township meetings. We won't have another meeting. I can find out, I can get an answer. You want me to just put that in when I find an answer? Do we have a question? Do I leave the question here or do we want to take it out? Leave the question here, I'll do some digging, get a response. If we want to take it out, we can still discuss it at the.
I would like to leave it in there because they
Okay.
are going to ask that question.
All right, so I gotta find answers for that. So you want 7 and 8 left in?
8, not so much.
Said 8 out.
8 out?
Or just wouldn't know.
But it depends what kind of district you want.
I take it.
Take it out, okay. All right. 8 goes out and I will find more information and get a response to 7. And get that to, if I get it to you, then you email it to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
One other thing, when you're formatting this, it might make sense to reorganize some things.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah, try to do them in a flow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's our FAQ. Do it again, or do you want to stick with what we have?
Stick with what we have. We'll have more. after we-
again. What's that? You have to start somewhere here. All right, so I guess I will leave that as a discussion because we're not done with frequently asked questions until I get the response back. Item number 8 then, discussion and possible action meeting plan for the town meeting. What are your thoughts about how you want to do it? I guess, first of all, will this be an official ad hoc meeting? Should be. Okay,
For the town hall as an ad hoc. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, the
Yeah.
meeting with the townships will be an official meeting of this ad hoc. Next on the 25th. And the 2nd, or the 3rd.
25th. 3rd of September.
Okay. Will we be listening or discussing? It's a listening session that we talk, they talk, we all talk.
We all talk.
So it's a discussion.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. We have on the agenda time for the municipalities to share what they're doing and how they're doing it. Agenda item for them to openly share. Doing. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Should we have, take questions from municipalities that we want to get back to them on responses? Okay,
So are you envisioning that comes in the public comments
I'm
part?
envisioning it more as a direct agenda item. I mean, yes, there'll be public comments, but I think we should have an agenda item that says, what questions do you have for us? You want responses back? Because maybe we can answer them right there. In public comments, usually we don't respond back to. That's why I'm trying to keep it separate from a public. We want to review their status of what they've been talking about. Whether they've been working together or not working together.
If they wish.
Share. Do we want to share our timelines, which would include next meeting dates, the town hall meeting, referendum, or not referendum, resolution deadline. Those, okay. We want to discuss, their municipalities want us to meet with them specifically at their meetings. Okay.
That's important.
What else do we want to talk about at that meeting? Those are my thoughts, so your other inputs.
Trying to envision what they're gonna ask.
Well, that's why I think the FAQ is important.
It'd be helpful to know what's has progressed thus far,
But that's when they're shared with us, if
if they want to.
Right.
it's on their own.
All right. Anything else you can think of you want?
Another meeting.
All right.
That's Scott and I are,
I guess in it,
we need to bring them here for tonight.
Oh, okay. We didn't change the location or anything.
Need to get a list written down. Thanks.
if it's okay with this committee, then I will work with clerk and create the agenda based on those items. Okay, so we don't need any action.
So one other thing,
Yes.
we had talked before about resources we might be able to provide. And so
Okay.
if there are So it's one of the items requests they might have on the county. Like, they might want legal services, they might want to know something, data, something.
That be under their questions that they have for us?
Could be.
Okay.
And it might be something that would come down the road,
Okay.
but it's something we had discussed in our first meeting about providing resources or
Correct.
what kind of help we provide. So at some point that might come up.
So the question, maybe the question to them is, what resources are you looking for? So we know what to plan for.
Yeah, and it could be what assistance can the county provide, whether it's go to their township meetings, there's other things that they might be interested in. Maybe they don't want anything.
And then, yeah, because we don't know at this point. I think that's our.
We'd like to make sure we have open time. So I think that there's a group that feels like they're having something done to them and Ready?
I've got ways.
Nice.
You know.
Okay. All right, anything else on the town hall meetings? Otherwise, I'll put the agenda together and we'll get that.
You're talking town hall or town meetings?
The meetings with the town, with the municipality.
Okay.
This will be for the meetings on the 25th and the 3rd, which are the same format. It's just that they're repeat meetings. Okay, there's two options for people to show up. Don't need to show up to both. We'd love to have them if they do.
Maybe they can make the second.
Right. Other thoughts? Okay. All right.
Might want to come for a rerun.
They might, yeah. Yeah, and there may be new questions at the second meeting that there weren't at the first. Depending upon who's there and who brings up topics, so. All right, I will work on that. Item number 9, discussion and possible action, publicizing the town hall.
Can you stop sharing?
On the letter here, the address for the American Legion is incorrect.
Oh, okay. It's on in the packet.
Yep. Well, yeah, but some people, believe it or not, that even live in town, do not know where that Legion Park is at. Can't, I couldn't believe that. There are.
We're just trying to talk about.
Oh, sorry.
We're looking at the packet, sir.
What we're looking for in the, Tricia's gonna open up something.
I was gonna share the press release,
Oh, okay.
and you can share it and I can just change it on here.
So I did it, asking Administrator Clemens to start the press release for us to look at and us to decide how do we get it out. Paper, we do it just online, and mailing it to people, what do we want to do?
Online would be good on our website. Actually, another one is radio station. And we have the emails of all the clerks.
Try and log in one more time here.
So just email the clerks too.
Can you just pull it up, Miranda? I'm sorry, I can't get to work.
The press release.
There we go.
Yes, it should be 900 Flag Park. Jersey Street. Take out the.
It's wrong on Google.
It is. Yeah, there's no north, there is a North Park Street, but no Flag Park. Flag Park Drive is actually.
It's dry.
So we take out the comma and
the N after park, put drive,
900 Flag Park Drive, Richland Center.
yes,
Nothing else in between.
We're not seeing live changes right now, so.
right, that's not.
All right, so here's the press release and if you want to make any changes to that and then how we want to get it out is the next topic.
I like the letter the way it is.
Okay.
And Gary's gonna sign this, correct? Or are you just gonna leave it?
Press release, we hadn't
You
thought.
don't
of-
need to sign it.
No, no, it's a press release from this group. They have to, because we're ad hoc, to step it up to any other. Committee. All right,
And when did you want it released? Like I
As
did,
soon
the
as possible.
21st is Friday. We could do it tomorrow.
they'll give it over a month notice.
They even think it's confused. You might want to wait till after August. So it might get the months messed up.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to bring this to the towns meeting, the first two towns meeting and then release?
We could do that.
First of it, first one is that what you said?
Yeah.
So we'd want to release it then on the 25th? Said August 25th? And then we just highlight the September date? Potentially like bolded?
I'm just concerned that if it's too close, look at the month wrong.
Could you make it, say like Tuesday, September 29th, or whatever day it falls on?
Good idea.
That's,
Is it Tuesday?
Just your date.
Google said.
I was just in my calendar, but it was tiny print.
I don't think it's September, but it's Tuesday, September 20th.
Wow. Good.
I was just in my, it's like, which calendar did I have it? I'm curious.
So it could be a really lively discussion.
Well, that's up to you. If you want. You know,
Or
it
like-
could be, because you learn a lot after the meeting.
Like a lot of the services not in here. Municipalities talking to their service. Scroll back to the volunteer side, but are they talking to their services that are there?
Like, are the municipalities currently talking to their services?
Oh, I. Gas is, I know they've
Okay.
talked about it.
The ones I've heard of are.
I'm just going from life experience that.
And should we? I almost feel that maybe we should be inviting these on rock cast,
I just added that to the list you want to send it to.
wise minds think
To the public one,
Yes.
but they're all public, but to the,
Yeah,
but to extend an invitation
town
to
hall.
those.
right.
You,
You know, if they wanna come to the others, they're more than welcome to. If
Yeah.
They wanna come here, but.
Yeah, so we did that, that went out by email for the towns meetings on the 25th and the 3rd. That was emailed to all the clerks and snail mail to all the chairs or mayor of each of the municipalities in the county.
Is that communication in our packet?
It was in the last
So do you
meeting.
know?
That would have been in the meeting before.
But it wasn't.
This is what went out.
Yeah,
Just
because
have it.
I didn't see the final version of it.
Okay. Should get that.
I can add that to the.
Okay.
Okay.
Please.
I do that.
So. All right, so you want this released on,
Oh, there is a resolution.
those are the real.
The ones that we passed. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, that'd be helpful to have in the packet.
So you would like this released on what day then, committee?
August 25th, when
Okay.
it's released to the municipalities.
And how do you want it released to, and how do you want it out there?
The big one?
This press release that would happen on August 25th.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, the president's.
WRCO, okay?
I do.
Okay.
Paper.
Want-
Post it
You want
on-
to post it in the paper?
think we should have it somewhere in our copy.
Facebook, the sheriff's Facebook page.
And our
County
website.
website. Anything else?
Yeah.
Just the 4 locations I've got then? Want to mail, or email to the clerks?
Yes.
Send it to the services.
Services. Have contact all,
I can try.
all right. Thank you, Brian. All right, if you like the press release, if you've given us a list of locations, does this committee want to make that an action item? I don't think we would need to, but,
No, I don't think so. The other thought is, do we want to make a flyer?
oh, good call.
Got the press release, but do we want a flyer also so it looks different, so people
Yeah.
can read
Yeah, I
things
don't think that would
as
be bad.
something to visualize and see? I don't know.
Makes
I'm not
more-
good at that.
Chat GBT.
Yeah.
Flyer. We want a flyer that be posted where would we use the flyer?
Well, depending on when you get it, I could take it to the Legion. I could take it over to the Gas Bank.
Okay,
Any of the banks. posted and-
Quick Trip is a good place.
Libraries.
I have my daughter's in it.
There you go.
All right, I can create a flyer. Something great.
Yeah, it needs to go to like, to you, Lone Rock. They've got that new Dollar General. store.
I think we could include it in our communication with the townships and maybe they could post
Oh, yeah.
Have them on hand.
and have it, discussed at their township meeting in September.
And post in their town halls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Call. Yeah, date, time, location, purpose.
It's a pretty picture.
Yeah. Great. All right, other thoughts? Hearing none, moving on then to correspondence. There's a couple of letters in the packet because Ashley's in there. We have received a number of letters of no interest. Well, not interested townships.
Are those townships that are serving anyway?
That we are not currently serving.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are coming from agents or townships we are currently not serving. And that's it. So
Is there any action we need to take on any of those?
do we want to respond to them?
Let's get through the meetings. For sure, whoever wrote those, if we don't answer their questions, they're gonna let us. That's, all we can do is maybe let them know that we did receive them. Understand their concerns. After we do these meetings, didn't answer their questions, then they have every opportunity. If that, I've gotten, oh my God, well, you guys probably got the same thing, all those emails from different areas on why they are or why they are not. That takes a lot of work to, we have to send back the same answer to them. Not different. Thank you.
So it's just
So my question is, do I need some instruction to respond to these messages or to these emails?
I do respond received to everyone that we get.
Okay,
And
all
then I'm
right,
gonna be posting, so I wanna make sure they know we got it, so I always say, received, thank you, will be adding to county board packet and executive.
That's enough, I think.
all right, that's good, and then we can do formal responses as we're just getting messages out to everybody, that's our formal.
And if we make sure that. And we are, I believe, our plan is to contact each of these entities that have sent us letters, inviting them
Yes,
to the discussions.
yes, and we have done that by clerk's email and the presidents and the chairs and the mayors and whoever top leadership is, has gotten us the email letter.
Our first two.
All right, anything else in correspondence? Any other questions on that? Future agenda items, request for future agenda items? Hearing none, motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
By Kramer, second by Welty. All in favor, say aye. Thank you very much. And the next meeting we will see everybody is the 25th. Yes. 6 o'clock, right here.
How do you want the room set up for that meeting?
Bulletproof glass.